What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video with me, Coach Tap. Today we're going to be doing a quick tutorial about how I use one of my main builds, the Archer Queen Bee Swarm Fireball combo. Alright, little bit about me. I was the third player in the US to hit 8,000, and I was the 30th player in the world to hit 8,000 this May season. So what that means is I know what I'm doing, okay? I know how to play this game, and I can teach you how to play better. Alright, let's go ahead and jump into this. So, to start off, if you're going to be doing this competitively or in Gem Hunt, that's going to change what characters you want to start with. My preference is I like to start with Colonel Ruffs and then either Bee or Leon, depending on the other builds that I'm seeing if I'm doing competitive. If I'm doing just regular Gem Hunt, I'm always going to start with Bee. That being said, whichever character you don't use, you're going to see in your lineup, okay? This is the lineup I use. You have a lot of flexibility in what you want to do with it. Make sure you have at least one healer, and make sure that you put Leon in there if Leon's not your starting character. If Bee's your starting character, make sure Leon's there. If Leon's your starting character, make sure Bee's in here. Other than that, you have free range, as long as you make sure you use that Fireball and that Bee Swarm ability. I'll go ahead and show you how to use those in a minute, but it's really simple. With that Fireball, you just want to make sure that you get it right on the center of the squad that you're attacking. Watch for things like if they're going towards the chest, chances are they're going to stop at that chest. That's a great place to shoot that Fireball. If you miss, usually it's just because you guessed wrong as to which direction they were going to go. After you hit them with that Fireball, you want to make sure that you are keeping that line of bees on them. You want as many of their squad characters as you can to be getting hit by that line of bees. Alright, let's go ahead and jump in and I'll show you how that works in real gameplay. You see that squad up at the top? We shoot that Fireball and we land it right in the middle of everyone, and they're basically deleted. As long as you hit it in the middle of the squad, you're going to be good. That's all it takes. All you got to do. Alright, yet again, we're going to have a squad that we're going to see up here on the top. There they are. We hit them with the Fireball, and then look where the squad is. My bees were going through almost that entire squad the entire time. That's why their health went down so quickly. That's the key. You make sure you keep the bees on the squad after you hit them with the Fireball. Alright, here we go. Let's show you how this is done. We've got Golden Boots and Golem Meteors. So I usually go ahead, I go in, and I get that Colonel Ruffs fused up. Sometimes I like to be a little bit smarter about it and grab a different character and get 2 free fusions out of it, but just depends on my mood. Sometimes I just want to get it fused right off the bat. So you're just building up your squad. You're keeping your eyes out for other opponents. When you do see someone, remember you're going to get your Fireball as close to the center of the squad as you possibly can, and then you're going to try and keep your Bee Swarm on them. Here we've got someone up on the top. Looks like they get away from us. Do hit him a little bit with that Fireball, but not very well. So we're going to wait until I've got my Fireball back before going in again. Alright, so you saw I've got that squad with the Royal King. Fireball was a little bit on the right, but it was pretty good. Take down 2 squads right there with it. That other Fireball, a little bit overshot, didn't quite make it. They took down my squad a good bit, so I'm going to go ahead and get out of there, rebuild my squad a little bit before I go back in. The key with the new update is you need to know when you have to run and rebuild your squad. Especially if you take down a few opponents and someone else starts coming at you, it might not be the best idea to just stand and fight. We've got some more squads up here. Shoot that Fireball. That was a really good hit. You saw that? Good hit. Keep the bees on them. Looks like we got 1 squad. Oh, and a second one with the Archer Queen's ability. I will say I prefer to use the Archer Queen's ability after the Fireball. The Fireball will split up the enemy squad's characters a little bit, and then you should be able to aim the Archer Queen's ability directly for the hero. That's where it's going to make the biggest impact. The other squaddies, they're probably going to have so little health that if it did hit them, they had 200 health, but it did. I think it's like 600 damage. So you see what I'm saying there. Here's another squad. Fireball, Archer ability right through them really quick. It's quick work. Another one just taken down with those bees. Looks like absolute miss on the Fireball, didn't even need it. Okay, so you get an idea of how this works. You're not going to hit every single Fireball. It can be challenging to aim, unless I said if they're going for a chest, you can usually get a perfect hit every time. Otherwise, you might guess that they're going to go one way and then they don't, and that's just fine. Looks like we got a last squad right there. okay hit with the fireball, not very great, but those bees come in, do their work, and there we go. Full squad, tap out, nice and easy. Look at that. Like, you'll win every time. It's awesome. All right, we're going to go ahead and do one more round just to make sure you get a good feel of how this strategy works. It's honestly one of my favorites. Hope you'll try it out. Hopefully it'll be your favorite too. It's great. Looks like we got chest imposters. Not one of my favorite modifiers, but it's not the worst. Someone tried coming up over there, but they're smart. They ran away. Wasn't a very good hit on the fireball anyway, so I'm not mad about it. Same as before, build up your squad. Get everything ready. Looks like this time I was smart enough to use that Colonel Ruffs to build up more fusions. It's not a big deal if you don't, but in my opinion, it's probably the best way to do it. You get an unfused character, Colonel Ruffs, fuse it. Another unfused character, max out the Colonel Ruffs, fuse it again. Absolutely missed that fireball. I thought they were going to go right, but they didn't. But look, the Beast Swarm comes in, first one tapped out. Nice and easy. Fireball, great hit on that one. And no Bee Swarm yet, but go ahead and just take him out super quick. Get that max up and going. Another horrific miss on the fireball. Sometimes you get in a hurry and you're not going to land it, especially if you're coming out of one KO and going straight into another squad that's taking you on. Go ahead and keep building up my squad here. Wizard is awesome. Your abilities recharge faster. All right, got about half the squad with that fireball. Bee Swarm takes care of the rest. Even if you just get half, you're doing pretty good. Full squad taken care of with that fireball and demolished. Another one tapped out. Looks like we got 2 squads left here. I'm going to go ahead and take care of this chest menace because I was caring a little bit more about gems this time. I feel a little bit bad. Didn't realize that the other guy hit him with his fireball first, but as you can see, it was another good hit on our fireball. Last squad left. Build up a little bit more. Heal, let abilities recharge before going in. Take care of a kaiju, I guess. He's down there on the bottom left. Here he is coming up to me. All right, he gets 2 of my characters with his fireball. I get 1 of his characters with mine, so all in all, not very good for me there. But it looks like I was barely able to pull it off. Honestly, I should not have won that. He definitely had a lot more going on for him there. I hope you guys really enjoyed the video. I certainly enjoyed making it for you. Obviously, if you like the content, please consider subscribing. Give it a like. I'd really appreciate it. I'd love to see more of you guys coming back to my channel. And please, let me know down in the comments if there's more builds that you want me to try out or you want me to make tutorials on. There's a lot of great combinations out there with this new update. A lot of things you can try. I'm hoping to get a few tutorials every week, probably looking to upload a new video every other day. So be on the lookout. I'd love to see you guys watching more of my content, and I'd love to be interacting with you guys, I hope you're all having a great day, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.